give me a minute. You know, I'm going to start probably at the end of this year, start looking for another workshop, because we do need something a little bit bigger that we do need. So I am in the process of getting a bigger workshop to work in. Let me see. Nowhere to be found. Literally nowhere should be found. I can't find one of them. Ugh. If I go buy more, then I'll find the ones that I already had already. Literally can't find any of these 3-prong adapters anywhere. I have dozens and dozens of these things because I use them for work all the time. That's why we had so many of them. And I just can't seem to track down not one of them. Not one. I can't track down not even one. Man. Alright. We'll just do this way instead. Probably hooked up to something weird. I know, but I made a 3-prong for this too. Because that runs off a 3-prong system. So how the frick is that going to even work? Alright. Alright. Let's do the madness. Let's do the madness. Gotta do the cable calculation, the madness, and all the other crap I go through in my life. Let's get this done. Because, man, the madness of cables. Alright, let me see what's going on here. That plugs up to that. I'm gonna have to get my charging ports put in ASP. We can have that done. We never have enough charging ports at the table for anything. All right, let me see. That's going into this. Never have enough charging ports. This, charge that, charge this. Never have enough ports. All right. Now we're gonna hook this up. Where the frick happened to all my 3-prongs? Some 3-prongs, I had dozens of these things, man. And now I can't find one. Can't track down not one. Where did it go? All right, let me get all this out of the way. There's a whole bunch of unnecessary wire I don't even need. I'm gonna figure out exactly where they went to. All right. God is good, and He's blessing. Give me a minute. Get sorted out here. What's going on in my section? My neck of the woods, what I'm going through. Get over there, be nice. Sorry about that. Put some things together there. All right. You want your blankie over here? There. Weirdo. Weirdo. Man, I tell you, God's amazing. Blessings today. I'm telling you, Lord is taking care of us. He's really taking care. He's been taking care of us from day one, but the blessings have just been coming in, and I'm always super happy, and I always be blessed that Lord take care of us and be there for us. You know, I watched the devil try to take it from me. You know, try to take it from me. I watched him try to take it from me, but Lord is not having that. He's not having it. What I asked from my Lord, it's going to come to be. I told him, I want you guys in court, each one of you, and I want you prosecuted to the full extent of the law. And I'm going to get it. Lord has been showing me a whole way of doing things, and everything's been pushing our way. Everything's been pushing our way. Everything. Anything we think of, anything we want, it's just been pushing our way. Every time I walk out there, we get more opportunities that pop up on the table. June the 1st is basically when the screens come out. It's when these stores are going to basically start putting we're going to be doing installments and everything. So I know the Lord is going to bring everything to where it needs to be at full circle, because He knows that at the end of the day, these people are going to try to disrupt His blessings at the end of the day, and He ain't going to have it. He's not going to have it. He's not going to have you coming in and trying to contact places that we're working at to try to disrupt. It's not going to happen. You will find yourself in court. You are going to be in court. We will see you in court, no doubt about it. You can sit there and deny it all you want. God already let it be known by me that you are going to be prosecuted to the highest extent of the law. Gentlemen, you are going to serve time in jail. It's going to happen. And again, as I said before, that you're talking about worrying about a private investigator, you got to try to hide from God at the end of the day. Because He's the one I want to and put you in His hands. Remember that day I said, I'll put you in God's hands? Put you in God's hands. And any true Christian at the end of the day knows exactly what I'm talking about. He's going to hunt down the devil, each one of you. He's going to hunt you down, and He's going to basically put you before, so you basically can be prosecuted for what you have done. And in that timeline, if you do happen to accept what you're going through and find God, then you'll become a soldier of Christ. And then He'll get you through what you have to go through. But you will have to face what you have done. It's not going to go unpunished. Let's put it this way. I told you, there's two ways you pay for things in this life. Either you pay with the living or you pay with the dead. Best you pay with the living. Because if you pay with the dead, it's only a one-way ticket up there. It's only a one-way ticket. Once you pass over, and if you have to pay your dues on that side, you're done. There is no forgiveness. There is no help. There is no takebacks, no do-overs. There's nothing. Your path was already set, and you will be there for eternity, for the rest of forever. Now, let's get to the wonderful, wonderful blessings that we have coming up. Orders are pushing through the company. Oh, man, the orders are coming through. We just got another order for a gallon. Thank you so much. I appreciate Right now, I'm out of containers. I literally have to go get more containers because we're out. These are the orders that are going through right now. That's one I filled up with black paint by accident. And trying like, oh shoot, that's supposed to be gunmetal. So I had to pour that out and get that container cleaned up and put the gunmetal into it. So we're getting that one set up. So we have the gallon of gunmetal going out. We have the gallon of the special blue, and now we have another gun of the black technology. These, like I said before, no, we're not doing gallons anymore. These are special orders. They go through invoices. So companies call for these. So thank you so much. I appreciate the support. I really do. Thank you so much. Yes, Lord's been just blessing us and taking care of us. Whatever we need, it takes care of. I got people sit there and go, but you're not a Christian at the end of the day because you're saying the Lord's going to prosecute. Yeah, the Lord's going to prosecute. What do you think what happens if you touch one of the Lord's anointed? What do you think happens? If you're listening to Satan at the end of the day, and Satan's telling you to try to terrorize one of his the Lord's anointed, and that Christian goes to the Lord and pleads his case before the Lord, what do you think's going to happen to you? Now, even in that same timeline, while you're going through that situation, the devil's going to come to you. He is going to come to you while you're in that situation. He'll be right in that courtroom with you, smiling right at you, saying, well, got yourself into a bit of a predicament, didn't you? So how do we get out of this? He'll sit right there and have that conversation with you. But you'll be praying to the Lord to get you out of that situation. He'll be sitting telling you, well, why are you going to pray to him for? You know? I don't think he's going to listen to you. You got yourself in a lot of trouble. I don't think he wants anything like you. He's going to tell you all kinds of stuff. So the very thing that told you to do this stuff, it's the same one that's going to set you up to push you farther away from God. Yep. Because he came and talked to me. As a matter of fact, he possessed that guy in the next cell and had a conversation with me. Never forget that one as long as I live. No, as long as I live. I'll never ever forget that. As long as I live. I didn't have a conversation with it. I didn't even listen to it. I didn't talk back with it. All I know is said what it said and smiled, and I didn't say anything. I didn't know what to say. I didn't even know how to process the whole thing when it happened to me. And then when the prison guard came back, God was just acting normal, like it never even happened, like nothing happened. But I know it. Stared at me, had a conversation with me. He was trying to tell me. My mother gave me that Bible, and it was just me and another man in the holding cell. He was on one side, I was on the other side. It was just me and him in there. And it was kind of a geeky black guy. Had a kind of a squeaky voice. His voice got as deep as I don't know what. Turned around and looked right at me and had a conversation with me and said, that Bible won't help you. You're too long gone. And smiled right at me. I knew it was talking back to me. It was the devil talking to me, having a conversation with me. Telling me that throw the Bible, flush it down the toilet. That's what trying to tell me. Flush it down the toilet. To forget it. Your fate's already signed. You're coming home with us. I mean, us. There were other people in there. Other demons in there that I couldn't see that were there. So I held on to that Bible as tight as I could, and I started reading the Psalm from the devil. Sorry, Psalm from the Bible. Sorry, Lord. Psalm from the Bible. And when the prison guard came back, the guy went back to talking like it never even happened. Heck, I didn't even have a conversation with this guy when I was sitting there chained up. I was praying they didn't chain me next to this guy. They chained me back to somebody else. But yeah, like it never even happened at all. Period. Yep. Spoke right to me, and from there on in, I just seen for 1 year. I think about 1 year, maybe 1 or 2 years. I've seen demons. For 1 or 2 years, I've seen demons right out in the open. You think they travel around at night? No, they don't. They travel out in the daytime. Anywhere they want to travel, they go where they want to go. Yep. And that allowed me to understand that don't go down that road. Remember what's talking inside your ear when you get upset and you get angry with somebody. Remember what that is. When I was out there walking around and I was talking about the martial arts and talking about, yeah, if we went to a ring, that's something I should have said in my mouth at all, period. You got to be careful. Prince of the air. Very quick at all. And I do apologize for that one too at the end of the day. And I'm supposed to use that form of fighting style and a way of basically being intimidating and threatening toward people. And I apologize for that one, but you got to be careful. That's why I constantly got to keep myself in check, because I know how fast that thing works. Yep. But we got blessed. The orders are pushing in. They're coming and they're coming through. They've been coming through before, but we're getting a lot more than we usually get. What is that? Keep popping up. I don't want to see that. I'm not a big fan of the news. All right, let me see. We're going to pop it. We get some more labels. So now we got more tape. Had to walk down and get more tape. And I got how many medium boxes we need? Could we ship these in mediums? Let me see. I'm gonna have to get up tomorrow morning. Oh man, yeah, that's gonna cut into no, because this order don't go out till Monday, so I'm still good. All right, and I still gotta design my thank you notes. I gotta get the special paper for our labels. So I gotta get that because it's it's waterproof and all that stuff. So I'm working through it. All right, we'll get this one right here. Get a view on this one. It should be the one. Yes, sirree. And we'll get these. Now the 16 ounces, like I said, we're going to be pre-making those because again, it's 16 ounces, nice old size. Get them already done, cardboard up, boxed in, and then basically get them set up. So we'll have them on the shelf. So if you order one of those, we can take it out the door and be done with it. Let me see. Didn't I? No, we don't have enough. We need a gallon to do that. So we're going to need to print this up. We need to print on that one. So we need to get about 4 of them. Shrinky dink. Right here, right here, right here. And yeah, I'm working at the end of the year. I'm getting me a bigger warehouse to work in. Much bigger. We need room. We need a lot of room. So I need a section where I can actually coat my screens. I need a section where we have air ventilation in a compartment. So it has to be a compartment, air ventilation, and an open door. We can go in there, we can work, and we can coat our screens. So we do need a section for that. I need an office area. I definitely need that. So I'm actually looking at some places right now that can accommodate what we're going to need. So we're going to be expanding. All right, and I think I got 4. All right, let's print these out. Did I get these to shrink the size I want? Okay, there they are. And I print these out. Oh man, I'm telling you. And then the business for connecting and networking offline has been going absolutely fantastic. June the 1st, we're going to do the installment for the church. We're putting in ad tech. We'll be going into 2 places. And then we got this major place where we're going to rent out that whole spot in there. We need the whole glass, the section where the glass is going to be at. We just need the window space. We're going to rent that out for ad tech. That's going to be in the heart of downtown. I'm definitely going to have to bring people on board. I'm not even tired. All that walking around, nope, not tired at all, period. I need to walk off that food because I ate pretty heavy today. So I had, I know some people are going to look at me like, that's all you ate? Yeah, pretty much, but still I had to walk it off. I had 6 chicken strips, a bag. I eat like a 5-year-old kid, by the way. So yeah, my eating habits are pretty bad, but that's why I work out all the time. But I had a bag of what do you call it? Like the freaking popcorn you get with the toy inside. I can't think of it. Oh crap! Can't even think of that stuff, man. Really? Seriously, I can't do that. I swear to kick myself in the head sometimes. I swear. Popcorn with caramel with toy inside the box. Cracker Jacks. Good gracious. Yeah, I just thought about it. Cracker Jacks. Had a bag of Cracker Jacks. Pack of cookies. The little cookies in the pack. And I drank the vanilla Nestle's and strawberry Nestle's and the chicken strips. Yeah, that's it. That's what I had. I ate like a 5-year-old. So I had to do my walk, burn it off real quick, and then go work out throughout to get that off me. Tomorrow, Saturday, I'm going to be doing some uploads on Saturday. We're not doing any streams on Saturday, and the reason why is because I'm going to the farmer's market on Saturday. I heard they got a freaking candy section there. It's freaking unbelievable. My sister went down there, and they checked it out, sent me some pictures back. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go down there. I made myself a whole rotisserie chicken for me and Taco. Taco, you want some rotisserie chicken? Yes or no? All right, judging by your look, that means yes. I'm gonna get him a rotisserie. I'm getting a rotisserie chicken. Taco's going with us. We got the portable bubble bag. I had to modify it a little bit, but he's going down with us. And since he is registered as emotional support cat, you're gonna have a ball down there. Ain't you right, Taco? Yes, sirree, Daddy. Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. Yep. So yeah, God has been good. Everything's taken care of. I got a couple testers coming in. They're going to be showing off their screens in their backyard. This is the pre-coated screens. They were like, wait a minute, it's weatherproof? I said, it's weatherproof, it's acoustic, there's speakers behind the back of it. Can you put your projectors behind the back of it? Yes, you can. Said, oh my goodness, please send me that one. I'll do many video demonstrations. So these are people I know at the end of the day that I know that we've done business with before. They're going to do some video demonstrations. The gamer mats, I can't wait to update that on the website. So we have this mat coming out that allows you to game off the floor. That's going to be fun. And we got a screen called Cinema Flow, which we're going to be bringing out soon for outdoor events and all that good stuff. It also works fantastic for projector mapping applications. So we're bringing that out too. We got a lot to do. You got a lot to do. And I hopefully tomorrow I get a chance to, I'll go on Monday. I want to go to the exhibit because they got something at the library, that's the art museum that they're having, and I wanted to go yesterday, but I have stuff to do. I'll get time to check it out. Just want to make sure my orders are taken care of for my customers. All right, let me see what we got to do here. All righty then. There's another label for that one. Oops, sorry about that. Can't see my junky desk, can you? Now you see my junky desk, yes. And there's for my post office. Thank you so much. I appreciate the patience. Thank you so much for the patience. Because some people waited a while, and I do apologize. But we got everything leveled out, and we're good to go. So happy. God is amazing. Wouldn't have it any other way. Oh, and pretty soon we're going to have the PS5 unit here. Once I get everything done, because I got so much on my plate right now. I can't even get stuff for myself. I got the money to get it, but I don't have time. That's the problem, the time thing. I got so much to do. So once we get leveled out, we get everything down, we're running like a well-oiled machine, then I can go get some toys. So I am definitely buying that case. Oh, do I have that case up here on display? That case is absolutely, oh, there it is. That's where my PS5 is going to sit at, in that beautiful case right there. Look at it. Is it gorgeous or what? Yeah, so I got to do only a few modifications with the PS5. I don't like the boot power system. I don't want to connect it to the board at all, period. So it does connect to a 5-pin connector, which I can actually get it extended, like a longer cable. So we're going to run that over into this compartment right over here. We're going to make a little square box to fit around our boot power supply, so it fits nicely, like a nice little cube in there. And we're going to cut a vent system so these fans can push up through it, and then we're going to have our intake come from here and from here. Oh, I forgot this is only glass too. On top of that, I do want to put a projector in here somewhere, so that way I can project off the glass, because I want to aztec the glass a little bit, make it clear, but I want to be able to play an image off of it. So we're doing pretty sick with this. That's a massive video card right there. We're not going to need all that, so that's necessary. We got a lot of open room in there. I think I'm putting the liquid cooling system on this side. I was thinking about the radiator system. We can put it here, here, or here. And I'm definitely going to go with a 3-fan system for my radiator unit. So we're going to have max it out at 8 terabytes, because I said we can do 8 terabytes. We'll max out what we have in the internal and internal and external. So external is outside. We're going to be loading up probably, where are we going to be putting for our drives, because we don't need drives on this at all, period. But I do need ports for outputs for the hard drive that we're going to put in. So I'm going to put in a 4 terabyte solid state drive, and I want to liquid cool it. I got to look at this thing a little closer. And of course, you know we're going to be getting the oh, there's the ports. So the ports will be on this side, but still, that's not a port for a drive, a hard drive. Where are they loading their hard drives at? It's got to be a port in there for hard drives. Let's see something for a minute. Oh, I gotta figure out where they're putting hard drives out on this thing. Where are the hard drives going? Okay, let me get an idea. Where are we putting hard drives at? Because I'm not seeing any ports for hard drives. They got it one for $109 over here, and they got more selections of them over here. But still, where are the hard drives, man? Let me see if someone has an idea of where these.
Hi, I'm James. Welcome back to Newegg Now. So today we're looking at this. It's a mid-tower PC case. It's the Kadir's C590 mid-tower case. So with a mid-tower case, you're going to have enough size for a wide variety of components and different builds. So this one measures at 42 by 48 by 24 centimeters, or in inches, that's 16.5 by 18.8 by 9.4 inches. So let's start with the design. The C590 boasts a gamer-style aesthetic, so it comes with RGB case fans and the tempered glass side panels to show those colors off. You get two 4mm thick tempered glass panels here, one on this side and one here. So plenty of visibility inside. If that's important for you, you can clearly see the RGB lighting components inside your build. Tool-free magnetic tempered glass side panels. It's very easy to open this up. It actually has an handy little loop down here. If you want to take this all the way off to get to work on components inside, it slides off very easily. So I'll just give you a look at the door open there. So easy to slide open and shut, as you can see. Comes with 9 pre-installed 120mm ARGB fans to keep the air moving and cool your components. With the pre-installed ARGB controller, you can sync it with your motherboard. Each addressable ARGB fan offers 16.8 million colors for exceptional, customizable lighting design. So you'll save money on case fans as well, since this comes with 9 of them pre-installed. You get a lot of compatibility options with the case as well. There's a large space behind the motherboard for cable management, making the case look clean and keeps your cables out of sight, while the generous interior size of this thing offers multiple cooling options for you, including room for up to 3 360mm radiators all at once if that's what you need. Now it supports an ATX motherboard, 140mm CPU cooler, and up to a 400mm flagship graphics card can fit inside this case. Now, in terms of storage, you can mount 3 3.5-inch HDDs and 3 2.5-inch SSDs as well. So here's a look at the I/O situation here. We have 2 USB 3 ports here and here. We have 1 Type-C port here as well. And you've got a couple 3.5mm audio in and out ports too. You also have a reset button and your power button. So that's our look at the Kadir's C590 mid-tower PC case. Now, it's not the sturdiest material, but it's quite affordable, spacious, and comes with those 9 fans. So not bad. If that's the case for you, hit the product link down below.
Yeah,
now, for
but
more case,
that's not the one I want. I want the one that looks like it's actually glass. But anyway, pre-install fans, yeah. Wait, that's how much? Oh, yeah, that's the one I'm getting right here. Oh, that's a virtual reality. No, we're not interested in that. Not right now. All right, we'll figure it out. Okay. The hard drive. I'm trying to figure out where the hard drives are going out on this machine because it's really clean on the inside. So yeah, that should be no problem at all. I mean, only cable we have literally running is just basically all that stuff can be hidden. It's basically turning the thing on and off, and the ports and all that stuff. That's nothing. That's easy. The power supply, that is going to have to be. It's going to be an interesting way how we're going to install that. That shouldn't be an issue. That's great hard to do. It's easy to do too. All right, that's nothing. I think the first time we install one of these things, case, but yeah, I'm definitely going to need this for my case. Amazon got it for 118. I'm going to go to Amazon and get it. Put this thing in. What's the point of putting advertising? You can't click on it. Oh, it's right over here. Sorry about that. They had it over here for $100. Typically $100. Visit site. This is new egg right over here. Yeah, but that's the black one. I don't want the black one. The white one. Yeah, this one we need right here. We're gonna just spend the money and just get that one instead. So let me see. Water cool system. PC water cool system. Now we can do a reservoir system, or if we decide to do it simple, we can just use a radiator and just to copper block. We could do it that way. That's a nice reservoir kit. White, $79. I'm definitely gonna need it in white for my whole setup. Yeah. What color is the motherboard for the PS system? Please don't tell me it's green. Let's see. PS5 motherboard. Ugh, why do you keep making it green? Why green? You make the freaking thing blue, for goodness sakes. They didn't make it green. Good grief. I can tell that's some old PC in there part. What is the motherboard for the PS5? What is the motherboard for the PS5? Oh man, the new ones are different colors. This is green. Ugh. There you get a 1-star rating. Why do they use green boards? There's 5. Please prepare. Alright, whatever. I'm definitely gonna liquid cool it. Oh, it's got the lights that bounce back and forth. Yeah! Oh, we're gonna have to hook that up. We're gonna have to hook that up. I like that. That whole light system was freaking hot. That was hot. We're gonna have to hook that up. Look at the flow with it. Give me that music. I want the liquid stick cooling system hook up to the PS5. Yeah, I'm hooking mine up. All right, and I know PS5 hits a keyboard and mouse, so we're gonna get a keyboard and mouse for it. The whole 9 yards. Let me get this done because you got to get these orders finished. Yeah, I'm more relaxed. Everything's done. Got my walk-in. These boots were made for walking. What to do? And one of these days, these boots are going to walk all over you. Actually, what the song says on top of that. Woo! Yes. Hey Taco, what's up, man? What's up, dude? What it be? What it be? What it be? What it will be? There we go. It's all taken care of. Get our labels ready. What else we got over here? Let me see.
Gaining, learning, find the right.
I'm putting on. Oh, that's a different one. They got this one too? How much they want for this one? Oh, we're gonna have to do a hookup like this for the PS5. To do the in sync with the lights. So mind you, we got the PS5 we're hooking up. We got the system we're building out of the box. That's going to have a light show system attached to it. And I have my work PC underneath of it. We're going to call it Party Box because that thing is going to be lit up. It's going to be a little party show in that baby. I can't wait to hook that up. Can't wait to hook that up. I'm going to do the one with the glass doors. With the glass doors, we can install mini projectors in there. Because I want somebody dancing on the glass. Oh, my goodness. That'd be sick for the Party Box. We have the whole entire light system going off. We can coat the glass with the invisible technology, drop a projector in there, and have the animation girl dancing in the glass. Yep. You got to do it different. We always got to do it different. Never can do things the same. I'm going to hook mine up.
So I saw this online a few months ago, and I thought it looked pretty cool. I decided to get one and check it out. This is the Cooler Master LED Tube Sleeve A1. Let's check out what's inside the packaging and see what's included.
Oh, we gotta do this.
It's kind of a strange name, but as long as it does what it's supposed to do,
Okay.
they can call it whatever they like. There is 2 pieces of the ARGB tube, 6 clamps, 3 secure clips, and a 3-pin extension cable. On one end of the tube is a female 5-volt 3-pin, and on the other end is a male 3-pin connection. They're made of a soft rubber with some good flexibility. This should help when installing this into various positions. It depends on you if you wanted to take out your all-in-one while you're installing these. I'm going to have a go at getting them installed without removing anything.
So that system has the sleeves built on them. That is hot.
So far, it's going on without any problems, so let's speed this up and finish getting these in.
Oh, that is sick.
Being flexible definitely does help a lot. I can kind of twist and turn the sleeve into position as I'm putting them in.
These would have been nice for the liquid cool
You'll
systems
see I
I
have
put
the
in.
tube end with the female 3-pin connector pointed towards the top of my case near the radiator. That's so I can hide the warranty sticker that they've conveniently put in a terrible location. You can install them in whichever direction will work best for your own setup. I would have preferred just having the female input connection, but at least having both offers some more flexibility. With the 3-pin cable included in the box, one end is the input. This connects to the motherboard, or it could be daisy chained from another ARGB device to pick up the signal. On the other end is the 2 output connectors. These will connect and send the signal to the ARGB tubes. Time to get this second tube in.
So if it's a 3-pin system, you can get a 3-pin system from Molex for power. You can do it that way. Let me see. And we know that the PS5 doesn't have that output. This is where you have the power of using Molex adapters, because the Molex adapter you run anything you want inside your case. So we had to do some modifications to the case to get the PS to fit in there. I wonder, let me see something for a minute. Does the PS5 motherboard have fan outputs? Does the PS5 motherboard have fan ports? PS5 fan port connector. Let me see. Motherboard fan connector right there. I wouldn't even run it through there. You get the amp off and the voltage off, you could burn the board out. So we're going to get a 3-pin connector to Molex. 3-pin connector to Molex adapter. There we go. This is where you learn to get all your toys from. This allows you to run anything you want. So this will allow us to run that system through a dedicated power system called Molex. The Molex power supply, you see me running the fans on the table. That's how we're running. That's all we need right there. Those connectors let you hook up everything. There we go. All right, good to know. Let's go back to what he was talking about.
Once I got to the radiator end, it did take a bit more effort to get into place correctly. It probably would be easier to install with the all-in-one removed, but as you can see, even with everything still inside the case, I have just enough room for the install. The tubes are in, they're positioned how I want them. Now I'll go ahead and connect the included ARGB cable. Once that's done, grab the secure clips and clip them over the 3-pin connectors.
So you don't pull out. So what we're going to do with our system is we got to strip the entire thing out. I got to get a high fluorescent, glow-in-the-dark, clear invisible coating to coat the entire case out. So when we install our fans in, everything in that case is going to glow. All that's going to be done. But that right there, those connectors like that, that is freaking sick. Could have used them when I built the liquid cool PCs. What? Good to know.
What's left now is the input end of the cable, which I'll feed through to the back of my case and connect to the ARGB controller. Don't forget the sleeve clips to help keep everything secure. While you're installing these, you've got a chance to make any final adjustments to the positioning of the tubes. With the extra RGB extensions, just try to tuck them away somewhere for a cleaner look. That's the install done, so let's take a look.
You know what? I was going to freeze, make my PS5, it was in a box, but I'm gonna cyberpunk it. Exactly what I'm gonna do. Give a kind of cyberpunk design to it. He's going to do an EL trace, EL line. They got the EL wire. Let me see. And for those of you sitting there saying, oh, you're going to put all that into a console system, I'm actually building a gaming PC too, so my gaming PC is going to be quite unique because it's going to be a bit of a monster. I always max out my machines anyway, so I'm just thinking about, for just some simple specifications, about 192 gigs of RAM that will sit on this baby with an i9 processor, and a 5090 RTX graphic card will sit on this bad boy. As for hard drive capability, each one of my hard drives are 20 terabytes. I'm going to get 5 of them on my system. Is it needed? No. And we don't need that much. But again, as I said, PCs are like hot cars. You always like to brag about what you got under the hood, even though you know you would never use it. One of the PCs that I built was called a 2011 server board. You ever seen one of those? They take 4 processors, not 1, 4. My system had 4 12-core processors, and it had around 300, and I think it was 364 or 354 gigs of RAM. So it was PC 3000 OC overclocked. It was quite nice. 256, I think it is, of RAM. Gigs of RAM. Gigs of RAM. So this thing was actually clocked. It's called a 2011 server board. 2011 server board with 4 core processors. You know, when people sit there and say, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, yeah, I do know what I'm talking about. I used to build these machines, and now I'm going to build me another one. This thing was an absolute monster. Nickname it was called, it was God. I know, bad name. At the time I was naming some bad names attached to it. Yeah, but literally, that's what it was. It was considered to be a monster PC. And let me see. Here we go. These are server boards. See, there's server boards. So they're used 2011. There it is right there. Server boards. They're used basically for just about freaking anything you freaking want at the end of the day. Yep. You're like, good gracious, like that much? Like, yeah, literally that much RAM sat on one of those things at the end of the day. Mine were all maxed out. I wonder if I can find that case. It was a Thermaltake. Thermaltake full tower case. These cases were huge. Clear monster size PC cases. I can't think. Danger. Was it Danger Dan? Danger Dan, I think it was Danger Dan. I think I'm going to write Danger Dan PC cases. Danger Dan PC cases? Please tell me I'm right on this case. So I got it right, excuse me. Danger Dan PC cases. No, Dan, you're putting down Dan. I might get one of these instead. Sorry about that, people. Here we go. These are the monsters. They're clear. They make them anymore, but they were clear and they were huge cases. Is the form site still running? Here we go. These are the builds. These are monsters, man. Beautiful. Oh, man. I wonder if they still make these cases anymore. And they were huge cases. I literally can put an Xbox system in there, a PS5 system there, and a PC in there all at the same time. That's no problem. They're huge cases. I could run 3 liquid cooling systems there for each unit. And since they got them nice sleeves on them, man, I can put the green sleeves for the Xbox, the blue sleeves for the PS system, and I have no idea what I'm putting down for the PC. Probably gold. Because the PC is gold, baby. It's gold. It's gold. Yeah. I can't remember that comment. I know it was Danger Dan. It was one of them. These cases were crazy, man. The water box. Yeah, the Danger Dan torture rack. PC torture rack cases. Yeah, torture rack. Yep, these are the torture racks. All your parts are out in the open. That's what they call a torture rack. So all your parts are exposed out in the open for everybody to see it. They call them a torture rack. And the company that made it was a company called Danger Dan. They made the torture racks. You can see how old it was because there's an optical drive at the bottom. Yeah. I wonder if Cool PCs is still around. They had some amazing parts. Somebody made one out here. Is this cardboard? Right now, these are different racks they have. The torture racks. Liquid cooling system with the torture rack. Look at that. That is beautiful, man. Beautiful. Oh, we may be going back into computers. Actually, I'm doing both. I'm doing computers and I'm doing my computers and my screen paint combined with cardboard power. So I seen the picture of someone sent me a picture one time trying to be nasty. They had their OLED TV in their PS5. Pfft, really? You know what I can do with your system, your PS5 system, where I can convert that thing into? Yeah, I'll show you something at the end of the day. Quite nicely too. I'll be able to game off the glass of the case actually that my system actually sits in when I get done with mine. And then on top of that, the screen I can design for it, we engineer black technology. We can make whatever the heck we want. Heck, I can make my green screen transparent, or I can make it blue to match my system and still push an image to it with no problem. Yep. Do whatever the frick I want. So, yep, I can't wait. We can mod the daylights out of this system, man. I wonder if they got the cool PCs. Oh, my goodness. We can liquid cool. Oh, that's what I'm going to do. When I'm going to drop one in vegetable, I'm going to liquid cool in a PS5. I'm going to throw it in vegetable oil. Yep, it'll run. It'll definitely run. Oh, shoot. Yeah, we got one problem. One problem. Hard drive's not separate. It's not a dedicated hard drive. So the hard drive is literally stuck to this thing. Gee, that sucks. That'd be nice in liquid cooling. That's the only thing that you can't do because the hard drive is connected to it. That's why. So any way to take the hard drive out and extend it through a cable? Let me see. Oh, yeah, because the ports are right there. That's what jacks it up. Gee whiz, why don't you just run it through SATA cables and be done with it? Yeah, that's the only problem. You can't run it through liquid cooling because the hard drive is literally right there and you will damage the hard drive big time. So that'd be virtually impossible to put it in vegetable oil. I'm curious. Xbox. Xbox motherboard. See, this is an Xbox 360 motherboard. You can liquid cool those too. See, it had the 4 pins. If you can see right there, it has the ports. That's what you have to look for. See those 4 ports? That's what you need to run your liquid cooling system through. You just need that one out. You can actually run that through liquid cooling with no problem. Which I should have did that a long time ago. I don't know why I didn't think about that. But I'm looking for Xbox One. What do they call the Xbox now? Up-to-date Xbox One with motherboard. Motherboard of the Xbox One. Oh, gee, this is going to bring up the old one. What do you call that thing now? That's the Xbox One. That's the motherboard for it. Where is the, that's the original. Why don't you name both Xbox One? We ran out of names. Okay. Can we get one without the fan on it? Let's see if we can go without the fan on it. It has 4 ports on it. So it can be liquid cooled. It has 4 ports on it. Why don't you name it the Xbox One? Because then you would think the Xbox One, which is the original, was actually called the Xbox One. You want to hear something really, really crazy? Really, really crazy? Really, really crazy? One day, when I was playing the game Quake on the Dreamcast, I actually bumped into a gamer with the name Xbox One. This was on the Dreamcast playing Quake 1. His name was Xbox One. Didn't really dawn on it until the Xbox system came out. And this guy was pretty good. I mean, really good at Quake. He was extremely good. But again, like I said, his tag was Xbox One. Just something to think about. You'd be surprised what kind of people you play when you play online. Everybody's just a guy sitting in his room playing a game. Some of these people at the end of the day are programmers or work like they are working on future projects. You never know who you'll bump into online or who's involved with what. But yep, bumped into the guy on Dreamcast named Xbox One, and now look what we have here in Xbox One. Never forgot that gamer tag as long as I live. Never really thought about the name either, because, you know, the Xbox One didn't even exist when the Dreamcast was around. So, you know, I was thinking Xbox One, what the heck does that mean at the end of the day? Yeah, it meant for something. Definitely meant for something. But this one is not hard to take apart. And the Xbox the PS system is actually pretty easy too, because again, it has the ports. What's the power supply like on this thing? What's our power supply looking like? Let me get a teardown. I want to get a teardown. Teardown of an Xbox One. No, listen to me. Tear down of an Xbox One. See, it brings up the old system. No, been inside of that one already. There we go.
It's been 7 years since the Xbox One was released, and now we have the all-new Xbox Series X. Not to be confused with 2017's Xbox One X, or was it the Xbox One Series X?
Your names are confusing.
Gaming scheme aside, this Xbox is all new with what Microsoft calls a sleek, monolithic design. This Tower of Terror prioritizes cooling, and it'll need it being able to play games at 4K at 120 frames per second. We're curious if this design for increased cooling comes at the expense of modularity and repairability, but that's what we're here to find out. Let's tear it down. How do you get into a monolith? Well, clearly the answer is to take off its stickers. Two screws that secure the rear panel in place are hidden behind stickers, and once they're removed, the rear panel pops right out. Our first look at the internals of the Series X reveals a friendly face in the form of Master Chief on that enormous 130mm fan. Microsoft is always great for leaving us with fun surprises during our teardowns. First stop on our teardown is the Series X's optical drive. After finding the hidden clip that was locking the bottom disc in place, we have access to the screws securing the drive. Once removed, the optical drive slides right out, and it turns out this next-gen console is using the previous gen's optical drive. It's the exact same drive as the Xbox One S and the Xbox One X. Unfortunately, our testing proves that just like the previous version of Xbox, the Series X's optical drive is locked to the system. If your optical drive breaks and you swap it out with a new drive, you'll get an error message forcing you to go through Microsoft to get a repair. But there is a way around this. We can confirm, just like the previous system, that you can desolder.
Do you have to have the optical drive in there? Cause is that thing even necessary? Any of the games have to be downloadable on that thing at the end of the day, because I would just take that out. That's not even necessary at the end of the day. I download everything.
Or the control board and reinstall it on a new drive to get it working again. Not a repair for beginners, but at least it's something. The giant fan comes out next, and boy is this thing quiet. Our FLE camera gives us a peek into how the cooling system works as the Series X pulls in air from the bottom and exhausts it out from the top. And as you can see, that top is pumping out heat, so be mindful where it's pointed when setting up the system at home. The remaining innards lift right out, and this metal encased monster is mostly just heatsink with some tack here and there, all wrapped in a black rubber strap. This strap doesn't hold the sandwich together, it just cushions the internals from vibrations and noise. There's only an antenna board on the outside of this thing to remove before we start to dig into the layers of metal case components. Our first major component to come loose is the power supply, which has a total output of 315 watts, which is quite a bit higher than the Xbox One X's 245 watt power supply, but still less than the PlayStation 5's 350 watt unit. It seems the Series X is not settled with just one motherboard. We've got a sandwich of boards with an aluminum block in between, which helps cool these
freaking
guys.
George,
The
you
first
have
board
to be
come out
kidding me.
controls to Xbox's I/O.
I gotta go through all that just to get to a freaking motherboard? You gotta be kidding me. That's a lot of parts to be taken apart just to get to a motherboard. PS system is so easy to get to. I'm an Xbox fanboy. That's a lot of stuff to get through. Oh. And wait a minute, what the freak? That's the motherboard? You can't, wait. That can't be right. Tell me that's a GPU.
And is home to Microsoft's Southbridge chip. Removing the next layer of aluminum reveals the second board, which is home to the really interesting and is home to Microsoft's Southbridge chip. Got a sandwich of boards with an aluminum block in between, which helps cool these guys. The first board to come out controls the Xbox's I/O and is home to Microsoft's Southbridge chip. Removing the next layer of aluminum reveals the second board, which is home to the really interesting stuff. Underneath a clipped-on metal shield, we find a bracket that's securing the board to the heatsink.
That's gotta be
Once removed, we
CPU right
separate
there.
The board to reveal the Project Scarlet system-on-chip housing a custom 8-core AMD Zen 2 CPU.
So you got it right here, but gee, where's no? They did that because they were dismantling the 360 so badly. They took apart the 360 and everything you could possibly. The 360 is one of the systems that was modded the most out of any console system they ever developed. They modded the daylights out of a 360. That's the reason why they built it like that, to keep people from going in and tampering with it. But still, That's a headache to run a liquid cooling system through there. You got two motherboards. How the freak does that even work at the end of the day? Gee whiz, I don't even want to go near that at the end of the day. That's a freaking headache. I'd go with the PS5 any day. That's a freaking headache.
And a custom AMD RDNA2 GPU flanked by 16 gigabytes of Micron GDDR6 SG RAM. The last piece out of our Series X is the SSD, which is a replaceable M.2 2230 NVMe SSD. It's a custom 1TB CHSN 530 by Western Digital that we've heard is super fast PCIe Gen 4. If you're wondering about DIY upgrades or replacement to the SSD, well, that answer is complicated. While this is a fairly standard SSD, when we examined it, we found the familiar complicated partitioning we've seen in previous Xbox drives, and we know from experience that getting off-the-shelf drives to work with the Xbox can prove to be quite the headache. Taking everything into consideration, we've scored the Xbox Series.
That's a freaking nightmare. What the freak? Oh, they made that so nobody. I'm pretty sure people modded this thing already, but still, they didn't make it easy. Xbox 360 was easy. Just pop the top. Your hard drive was at the top. That's running through freaking SATA cables, and everything else is pretty much just snap, take it apart, and that's it. Optical drive, pull that off. There's your GPU, there's your CPU. Yeah, good gracious. Yeah, they did that to keep people from going and tampering with them. Let's see. Gee, I don't even know what Xbox is going to pop up on this one. Let's see. Max amount of terabytes you can put into your Xbox system. Max amount of terabytes you can put into the Xbox One system. Well done. They support 16 terabytes. The PS system supports 8. Is it right on that? Oh, by the way, and I got the block countage wrong. It's not 8 blocks a mile, it's 20 blocks a mile. And this is why we build PC. This is why. This is why. 16, 18, and 8. Oh. 8 terabytes of hard drive space. 8 terabytes of hard drive space, and the other one is 16 terabytes of hard drive space. So wait, so how are we upgrading this? How do you upgrade the storage space on an Xbox One?
According to Xbox support, if you need more storage, set up an external storage device. Note when connecting external drives via USB 3.0, do not connect any single drive larger than 16 terabytes, and no more than 3 external drives total at the same time. External storage larger than that will not work.
The PS4 is no better, to tell you the truth. This one does 16. It has a lot more for a console. Wow, there's so many restrictions in there. It's like they'll let you touch it, but they don't want you to touch it. That's what it comes down to. There's a bunch of restrictions. A PC's not the problem. You just pull out, put one in, whatever. You're done. That's it. Alright, whatever. I'm not going into Xbox with a 10-foot pole. But, yeah, because it's got that chip embedded. It literally has... The solid-state drive is literally in the motherboard, which makes it unsubmergible. You can't submerge them. Because if you submerge that, you would damage the board big time. So that's not going to work at all, period. So you're not vegetable cooling that one. That's not going to happen. Jeez, let me see. Power supply for the Xbox One. power supply for the PS5. The boot. The boot. The boot. Five-pin connector from the PS5 to the power supply. Five-pin and four-pin power supply connector. So let me see. We just need, so this right here, the boot is very unattractive to me. It looks like a boot. We'd have to have a case built around it so that way it'll fit nicely into my bay drives on the PC. So we'll have to put that into a case. In this case, it has to be well ventilated so that heat can get out of there, which isn't a problem. But I need to extend, keep this, I want this away from the motherboard itself. So I need to have this in a separate compartment. So we have to extend the ribbons from the motherboard to the power supply. And the power supply, we can actually hook in a connection from the bay that will allow me to have to modify an area for that, so I can run a power supply that would adapt to this unit, because it's not going to run the same unit as you would have for a motherboard power supply. It's made to fit in the back. This one, it's not made to fit in the back, so it's shaped like a boot. So I'm going to have to put it into a box so it fits in there, and so all the peripherals connect right through. And the best way to do it is to put it in a plexiglass box and just modify it from there. Yeah, that's what we'll have to do. They shaped it like a boot. Ah, joy. Oh, it's not hard to finish. I got to go to a special shop to get that made. So, given dimensions inside it, and they have to build a box for me to put that thing inside of, with the air holes and all the connectors and everything I need for all the peripherals, so we can connect that thing up and hook it in like a power supply. That's how we're going to design it. But I definitely don't want to see that sticking through a clear box. So I'm going to take the box, I'm going to tint it so I don't see that at all, period. You'll just see, it'll be tinted where you won't see that, but you'll see the glow fans coming out to the sides and backs and everything. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually restructure the frame around it. That's what I have to do. Whew, man. And then basically it'll fit nicely where the power supply is supposed to be at. And, you know, the way it's supposed to be done. Oh, that's going to be joy. Joy, joy, joy. I'm not worried about it. It's just basically I learned something new from it all. Replacing the power supply for the PS5. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's going to be fun. All right, looking forward to that. That's going to be joy, joy, joy. It's going to be hard to take apart and have to modify it so it fits. I don't want that case. I definitely don't want the case. Some people like the case. My friend, he likes the case. He thinks the case is beautiful. He does. I, on the other hand, I don't like the case. I figured if you're going to make a next-gen system, at least put it in a decent case where you have plenty of airflow so your system doesn't burn out on you, because that's definitely what's going to happen with that system. And some people have them sitting on carpet. Good gracious. Your system's going to overheat and burn out. You got them tucked away in cabinets and stuff where there's no airflow. Yeah, your system's going to go pretty soon. They want to build these systems more and more close to the PCs, but look at PCs. PCs are in huge cases. And there's so much stuff you can choose to keep the system nice and cool. Plenty of airflow pushing back and forth. And then they stick those things in small compressed cases that collect a ton of dust and they overheat. You know what happens when dust clogs all your ports, right? Your system's going to burn out on you. That's what's going to happen. Sitting there gaming one day, you're going to smell smoke. Like, what the freak is that smell? I wonder what it smells like. It's behind the cabinet somewhere. The system's going to burn out. Let me see something for a minute right here. Let's see. PS5 overheating. PS5 shutting down randomly. You wonder why? Stuck it inside of a little tiny case. You compress that bad boy. There's no airflow in it. Oh, and they made a slim version? Really? Gee whiz, that's like asking for abuse at the end of the day. Why would you do that? Did you ever see him take a high-powered PC and just stick it in a little tiny case and put metal shields on? And no, they don't do that. You'll burn your system out. Oh. PS5 overheating. Of course it's overheating. Look at it.
Alright guys, if your PS5 is overheating, this is the video for you. First thing we want to do is remove the plates on both sides.
There's the hard
The
drive
next thing
right
we
there.
want to do is remove the grill. Just pry it up, it'll come out, don't force it. Depending on how many times you've done this, it'll be easier. But the first time it will be a little solid, but it should work. Now, we want to remove the screws.
You know what's jacked up about this? PC gamers never go through this. We don't have that problem. We don't. You'll never see us doing a video tutorial on how to take apart your PC because it's overheating. Nope. There's ways to fix all that stuff. Maybe the dozens of fans we have sitting inside of an open case, but that's why we don't have those problems. But this is crazy. Look at this. That's the only fan you have cooling the whole system down.
If you guys are wondering what screwdriver I'm using, it's a T8. I will leave the link in the description.
Nice. I like nice demonstration he's doing. Nothing against the demonstration. It's fantastic demonstration. Where's the fan for the CPU? You have one of them on there too?
You want to remove them and place them in the same position that they came out of the fan in.
I'm gonna have to do a mod system for the GPU. Where is the GPU on this thing? Oh man! All right, that's driving me nuts. Let's see. Where is the GPU on the PlayStation 5 motherboard? Yeah, it's built in. Oh, no, it's built into the CPU. The PS5 chip is built into the CPU. And shares the same 16 gigs. Gee whiz, really? Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. That sucks. Oh my goodness. Yo, they did y'all like the old freaking PCs from back in the day. The old PCs back in the day, you would have to max out your RAM because your CPU would both share the video and your video and CPU pretty much would share from the RAM. That's where it would get its memory from. It would share from the RAM. So in order to basically make your CPU more high performance, you would basically get yourself a graphic video card that basically would have its own dedicated RAM at the end of the day. Because you wouldn't have to share it. That's why you see the older PCs, they don't have any graphic cards in them at all, period. And this actually does that. The PS5 GPU is built into the CPU. The GPU is built into the CPU and shares the same 16 gigabytes of unified RAM. Oh my goodness! I swear, you console gamers better never come up to me and talk about you should get a PS5. Look, man, PS4, that's it. I'm building a gaming PC after that. I'm done. I'm not doing consoles anymore. I had no idea. Why would you do that? Why did you get? Oh my goodness. 8 and 8, 16. So they're 8 gigs. They're 8 gigs apiece for the RAM capacity. Wow. Jacked up. I know big console players like, you don't understand. And I do understand. That's a next gen console? Really? It's sharing. Let's put it this way. Share combine video. Let's see. let's see, video shared PCs. So let's see, you would be sharing your GPU. So if you max out your RAM capability, this would increase the ability of your GPU processing much better, and also to your CPU. The older systems basically would not come with a graphic card, because basically you'll be sharing the RAM from your GPU and CPU would share from the same unit. But if you were to put in a dedicated graphic card, that will give you more power for your CPU. This is what they just did. They literally went back. That's old systems do that. What do you call it? It's not dedicated. It's shared. Oh my goodness, they're doing that? The old Dells used to, Hyperthreads used to do that. Hyperthread, no, older than Hyperthreads would do that. How do we separate that crap? Because I'm thinking, okay, it has a chip in it. It has a chip in it for the GPU, and the 360s didn't do that. So it has a chip in it for the GPU, and then it has the CPU. So I'm thinking that, okay, there's enough way to keep that cool, because that's what happened with the 360s. They had the optical drive sitting like inches away from the GPU. And that's what caused those things to burn out. There was no real air circulation. All the air was being pushed on top of the CPU. There was no air. So if you have a board that has a GPU sitting on top of it, there's no air to keep that cool. Whatever's circulating in the board keeps that cool. Where on a PC, where you're going to have a graphic card that's going to have fans on it automatically and RAM attached to it, which means there's separate fans keeping that unit cool. Where if you have a board that doesn't have it, then ways you can get around that. Now, say if they did split them, say if you had the CPU on one side and GPU on the other side, you can get attachments to cool down that particular chip to keep it nice and cool, while the other one runs off a heat sink or liquid cooling or water cooling, whatever you want to call it at the end of the day. But they combined them together, which means they went back and did something on the first PCs that came out. They didn't have an independent graphic card. They both shared. You shared your RAM from your graphic card from your oh my goodness. So the RAM was shared between the CPU and GPU. That's how the older systems were before they started having the dedicated graphic cards. So if you got an older system and your system didn't have a PCI slot, what you would do is you would get an adapter for, what's it called? I can't think of the name for the PCI slot. No, the PCI slot, you can actually add in a graphic card for your PCI. You wouldn't have PCI slot Express, but you could add in a graphic card, which would give you dedicated and independent video feed. You wouldn't have to share from the RAM, which is actually connected and feeding from your CPU. Oh my goodness. And they basically combined them together. Well, whose idea was that one at the end of the day? That wasn't too smart, was it? I was actually real stupid. They dumbed your machine down. Your machine is literally operating as like if it had an, oh God. You have it's almost operating like it has a 270 socket in it. That's like an Intel. Intel boards are set up that way. Sharing video from the RAM on a CPU. Do you know how old that is? There you go. Yes. 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 Yeah. 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 So if your videos were choppy and they were lacking, what people would do is just would increase the RAM to 512. Because most likely you had 256 in there or 128 sitting in there. Or even worse, you had 64 sitting in there. So 64, you add to get another one, you have 128. And then from 128, some people would put in 256. And if you're lucky, you get 512 in there. That's, oh, that's when you start getting into the area of not SATA drives, but you get into the area of basically, you would be in the field of IDE cables. IDE cables, yeah. So yeah, I looked at that, I was like, wait a minute, because I'm looking for GPU to be separate so I can put something there to keep that cool. Because once I take this thing apart, well, that makes it a little easier too. On top of that, because I mean, it's not a great thing, but at least I can keep both of them cool with the liquid cooling system on top of it. But they combine them together, which they both share from the same amount of RAM. Yep. I know console gamers like, I'm console gamer too at the end of the day, but I'm old school console gamer. The difference between the two, I'm old school. I like the old game systems. That's what I like. That's my thing. The new stuff right now, I don't like it at all, period. I think people are getting cheated. That's what I feel at the end of the day. They gave you, for a next-gen system, they gave you less than a terabyte on your system. That is jacked up. And at least it should have gave you 4. They should have gave you 4 terabytes from the door. Your system's going to eat most of that away. Let me see. How many? I don't know why. I know they start off with that. But that's pretty crazy. That was released in 1984. The possibilities to share video memory with RAM on a CPU. This was on an IBM, which is funny because that's what the Microsoft, what the whatchamacallits were, the Xbox 360 Square, was released in 1984. So that's how old the technology is that sits on a PS5 to be to share both video and CPU with a share combined memory of RAM. At least gave you a dedicated graphic card. But they probably don't want to give you a dedicated graphic card in fear that people would be tearing them out and putting new stuff in. But all you had to do is just basically just max the capability by saying, hey, look, you can't put over this much and that much in it. But then again, where would you put it at? Because the case is too small. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Well, I'm going to be going into the site today and talk to them like, what the freak? Seriously? Xbox 360 GPU. Definitely separate from the board. It was definitely separate from the motherboard. Wow, I never knew that. Why would they do that? Cheap is. That's kind of jacked up because if one goes, they both go at the same time. If your CPU goes, guess what else goes with it? That's like the scenario of the VCR TVs, where if one went, they all went at the same time. Gee whiz. Xbox 360 motherboard. I gotta go, people. I got some stuff I gotta read. Thank you for your time. I gotta go, and God bless.